items. That's called your hot item, and just visit hsn.com for more just like that. Now, do you love holiday lights? But you know what? It gets more complicated every year. It is hard to get up on that ladder and string them, and then forget it, even harder to take them down. Well, how about bathing your light in a blanket of those beautiful little twinkling, moving green and red lights? This is from Improvements. It's a red and green kaleidoscoping laser light, and you know what? We have our final 1,000, final quantities, and it's 50% off. I want you to understand, this has been like the latest rage out there. You may have seen something similar, but when I tell you that this is a steel or a metal construction, metal stake, ours, superior quality compared to what you're finding out there. In fact, this is normally $129.95. Look at what we're doing here. We've got 8 minutes left to tell you all about it. It's $16 to get home. I tell you, this saved my life last year, and this year my husband's not even around. So I mean, I'm gonna have the coolest house ever.
You are gonna...
Zero trouble and effort.
No ladders, no messing with this whole thing. This was my job. Timmy, grab an end and find the light that's out with me. None of that ever again. You plant this stake, point this up, and now you have your house, like you said, bathed in this sparkling light. And the cool thing we added is this motion to it that you can speed up. A slower spin that looks like just a slow falling, twinkling snowstorm, up to faster with this like almost little animated look, like it's 3D. When we drop the lights, this is mind-blowing and fun, but I want to point out before we get any farther, I have to point out, you will see these out in the market. You'll say, oh, I could save a couple bucks. Cheaper is not always better. You are getting metal on the outside, metal stake, a glass lens, which gives you a better quality of light. But I'm also going to tell you this, the most important thing you're getting in here, other than a remote control, is a heating element. Because that heating element is giving you the opportunity when it's below 32 degrees to actually use your lasers.
They don't tell you that.
They don't tell you that. Now, I will tell you perfectly honest, laser has a little trouble below 14, 15 degrees. It's going to take a few minutes for the green to ramp up. If you buy the cheap one, it's going to take you a lot more than a few minutes for that green to ramp up.
It might not even ramp up.
It might not even go.
Yeah.
All right, let's drop some lights and look how pretty this is. This is the most important thing. Your remote control here. Now check this out. I got this all sped up. There's one more. Look how it kind of looks like
fireflies, right?
Fireflies. Now I'm going to slow this down where it starts to look like snow. But check out lasers. One of the coolest things is when you back up, it doesn't get more dim like a normal light. It just gets wider and your pattern gets bigger. You're talking about covering the front of your house. Now, when I slow this down, you could actually stop this. Look at that. Looks like little snowflakes. And I can stop it completely, and it'll just pick one to go on. And then I can change to just red with some green, just green with some twinkles, red and green. And then you've got, with the beauty of this, doing this from inside your nice warm house, and you've got a 2, 4, 6, or 8 hour timer. All right, let's look at some other spots, Leslie. If you're thinking about doing this in the house like I did a couple years ago.
Tell them the story though. He's like, I was too lazy. I didn't want to put up the tree lights.
It was last minute. We got one of those last trees. We have a tripod available for this. I put the tripod on the thing. And
I bet you had the best, most brightest tree.
Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to cross over here and show you over here. When it hits your bulbs and balls and ornaments and decorations, my kids flipped out. Because every time it hits one of these decorations, let's put this on, the change here. When it hits your decorations, it sparkles. Now look as it flickers across things. When it's close up or when you back, you see it hits and it twinkles.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So it grabbed all those ornaments of my kids that they made when they were little, the ones we had made with their pictures in it, the ones that were made at the store. It just grabs them and it's so pretty. Now with this, I can speed this up. Look at how fun that is, or I can slow it back down and stop it and give you, look how fun that is. Oh, let's add some color. Let's add the red back in.
And you know, Tim, we all want to have that holiday cheer, and we all want to go ahead and make our home look pretty and season right. But you know, it's the work. It's the work, and if you're kind of getting up there in age, or you're kind of alone all the time like me, or you know, it gets harder and harder to put those decorations up, and then what? To take them down. That's like another mission. You're like, oh my gosh, I got to take the Christmas tree, the lights down. So this is the simplest solution. It's been a rage everywhere, but the truth is, the quality of the ones out there doesn't even come close to ours. And that's what I want to make clear to you. What you're getting here is by far a superior product with that metal housing, the metal stake in there. You are getting something that is really beautiful, that gets the job done. And this is 50% off. This is normally $130, Tim.
Did you see that eave and awning up there, that second floor? Think about, you know, the one-story houses we try to decorate. You're up on the ladder, you're tangling and untangling and finding extension cords. 2 stories, sometimes 3-story houses, like my brother-in-law up in Birmingham's got this palatial thing going on. Getting up in there, now you're getting the beautiful lights and lasers completely all over, where you would just be getting the little twinkles of the drippy lights that you spent all that time doing.
Right.
And get this, I'm gonna come down here. This is one of my favorite things. Let's cross over here. So, sorry, sweetie,
okay.
you've got all these lights and lasers. You look at this one strand of lights, and I will show you straight away this one strand of lights that is currently 141 degrees. I got the heat gun on it, is 136 watts. And it's gonna take about 10 strands just to do the front of your house. This one over here, our laser, is 3 watts, 50 times less power to get more coverage than 1 strand, much less 10 strands of lasers. So you're saving money and getting more beautiful light all over the front of your house.
I agree. I mean, and it bathes your house in light, so it just covers it. Now, depending on the size of your home, it's out on my sweater.
Look how cool it is.
So depending on, it's like, this is the ultimate Christmas sweater, by the way. But depending on the size of your home, you know, you may need to buy 2 of these or maybe 3 of these. I don't know how wide your home is, but if you want to cover in those twinkling lights, and they're magical. This has more magic and is more awe-inspiring than regular lights that we've been used to.
This is the coolest place we could have displayed that. That is the ultimate Christmas sweater. You can really see the pattern, and you can see what's going on. Now check this out. You are my new display.
I like it.
Check this out. And this is the most beautiful place. Look, okay, that's got more red.
Cool.
Let's go just green with some red twinkles in it. We can speed this up, or, like I said, we can slow this down and actually pick patterns to stop it. Look how fun that is with that like snowfall of twinkles in the background. Look how fun.
And you know, the quality, Improvements products, whenever I get the catalog, we're so proud to offer Improvements because the truth is, Improvements has solutions for inside, for outdoors of your home, right? They really take care of the issues or the concerns we have, and they're quality products. So every time you get that catalog home, you know you're gonna find something really useful. This is so useful, but once again, don't be fooled by the people out there and the infomercials and all that stuff. This one is a superior product in terms of its metal housing and the stake.
The metal stake.
And then the fact that, I mean,
the remote control.
Just the lasers powering up.
Just the lasers powering up. That heating element inside is what's going to be key. For about 30, 40 of the states, when it gets below 32 degrees, when you want your decorations to be at their peak, for neighbors driving by, for the kids looking out in the front of their house saying, oh, we did it again this year, our house rocks. You want to know that under 32 degrees, your laser's actually going to power up. And if you're going to try and save a couple bucks, good on you.
Yeah.
You're going to go out and you're going to push that button on the front of it. You're not going to be in your cozy house with your remote control like you are with this one.
Just turn it on.
You're just going to
press the button.
From inside the house in your robe and slippers, you're going to turn it on and fire it up.
It's genius. And look at, normally, Tim, this is $129. So normally, you know, it's a little more pricey, but today is such an opportunity buy. I have my final 800. So I started with my final 1,000. I'm down to 850 of these to go around. When they're gone, they're gone. It is one of the season's biggest, hottest trends. But the ones you see out there, I was at that red store, and the one I saw out there was a plastic casing. You know, it didn't even have a stake. You had to put it on something. So what are you going to put, a table outdoors? I mean, it doesn't make sense. This is a smarter product, and you can bring this home. Try it out for $16.24. I'm glad you're enjoying your display.
I'm having so much fun. This is the cutest display I've had. No more ladders, no more dealing with all that stuff up and down and figuring out which ones are out. 10 strands and all those big electric bills. Let's add some red to this and speed this up. This is how fun and easy your Christmas decorations can be. Plant and plug and enjoy.
Final quantities, 847 now remaining. 502606 is your item number. You're gonna have the most magical, beautiful lights and zero effort. It is the easiest thing, and then you don't have to worry about taking the lights down. It is super smart. Thank you, Tim, for joining me. We've got a great